الحمد لله الحمد لله الذي أبدع الأفلاك والأرضين والصلاة على من كان نبيا وآدم بين الماء والطين وعلى آله وأصحابه أجمعين أما بعد فأعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم ولا تلبسوا الحق بالباطل ولا تكتموا الحق وأنتم تعلمون
سبحان الله.
آمنت بالله صدق الله مولانا العظيم وصدق رسوله النبي الكريم ونحن على ذلك لمن الشاكرين والشاهدين والحمد لله رب العالمين ببركة إن الله وملائكته يصلون على النبي يا أيها الذين آمنوا صلوا عليه وسلموا تسليما يرشد اللهم صل على سيدنا ونبينا وشفينا وطبيب قلوبنا ومولانا محمد عبدك ورسولك ونبيك وصل على المؤمنين والمؤمنات والمسلمين والمسلمات. Each and every one of you join in us. Salatu wassalamu alayka ya Sayyidi ya Rasulullah wa ala alika wa ashabika ya Sayyidi ya Habiballah. As-salatu wassalamu alayka ya Sayyidi ya Rasulullah wa ala alika wa ashabika ya Sayyidi ya Rahmatan lil Alameen. One more time, कोई ज़बान खामोश न रहे. As-salatu wassalamu alayka ya Sayyidi ya Rasulullah وعلى آلك وأصحابك يا سيدي يا خاتم النبيين. رضيت بالله ربا وبالإسلام دينا وبمحمد صلى الله عليه وسلم رسولا ونبيا. مولاي صل وسلم دائما أبدا على حبيبك خير خلق كلهم. يا ربي بالمصطفى بلغ مقاصدنا واغفر لنا ما مضى يا واسع الكرم. वो जो न थे तो कुछ न था.
वाह वाह.
वो जो न थे तो कुछ न था. फौरन हजरत वाह कह दिया ना, मेरी भी बस हाथ में हजरत के सामने गुफ्तगू करना ये आसान काम नहीं.
कोई बात नहीं.
So I need to be on my best behavior tonight. वो जो ना थे तो कुछ ना था. वो जो ना हो तो कुछ ना हो. जान है वो जहान की, जान है तो जहान है. Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. After praising Allah Almighty Jalla wa Ala, Malik Kainat, Khalik Kul, Badi'us Samawati wal Ard, and sending infinite peace and salutations, durood and salawat upon the best of creation, the light of humanity, the purpose of existence. Sayyidul Awwaleen wal Akhirin, Imam al-Anbiya wal Mursaleen, Huzur Jane Jana, Tajdar Madina, Rasul Akram sallallahu ta'ala alayhi wa sallam. Most honorable and respectable ulama karam bil khusus Imam al-Khatib Masjid Hada, Hazrat Allama Maulana Muhsin Sahib, Damat Barakatum al-Aliyah wal-Qudsiyah, Hazrat Allama Mufti Nizamuddin Sahib, Damat Barakatum al-Aliyah wal-Qudsiyah, Hazrat Allama Maulana Farooq Sahib, Damat Barakatum al-Aliyah wal-Qudsiyah, ulama karam, Huffaz, Naat-Khan Hazrat, brothers and sisters, elders and lovable youngsters, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. It is always a pleasure and an honor to speak at Jamia Masjid Ghosiyah here in Bolton. And I am grateful to the Intizamiya of this masjid and bil khusus Hazrat Allama Maulana Muhsin Sahib and their son Muhammad for inviting me once again. Allah Almighty accept our hazri here and make this a means of our bakhshish or najat on the day of Qiyamah. One of the reasons why we are here is ultimately to express happiness and joy upon the great favor and ni'mah, albatta not just the great favor and ni'mah, but the greatest favor and ni'mah, yani an-ni'matul kubra, an-ni'matul uzma, which is in the form of Rasul Akram sallallahu ta'ala alayhi wa sallam. And this is a hukam from the Quran. فَلْيَفْرَحُوا هُوَ خَيْرٌ مِمَّا يَجْمَعُونَ. And not only is it a hukam from the Quran, Surah Yunus, Surah number 10, verse number 58, but also it is from amongst the Sunan of Rasulullah sallallahu ta'ala alayhi wa sallam. Let me share something with you that some of you, if not most of you, are probably hearing for the first time. My opening discussion was what? That to express happiness and joy is the hukam of the Quran and also a sunnah from amongst the sunan of Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. On the occasion of the victory at Khaybar in the 7th year after Hijrah, that battle where Mulai Kainat, Mulai Kul, Sayyiduna Ali Murtaza radiyallahu ta'ala anhu wa karramallahu ta'ala wajhul kareem forged his legacy. At the age of 30, he lifted that door that 40 men couldn't lift. And virtually, single-handedly defeated the army of around 20,000 Jews. After this particular jang and battle, Sayyidina Ali Murtaza radiyallahu ta'ala anhu wa karramallahu ta'ala wajhul kareem's elder brother, Sayyidina Ja'far al-Tayyar radiyallahu ta'ala anhu, returned from Habsha. Sayyidina Ja'far was 10 years the senior of Sayyidina Ali Murtaza. How many years older? 10 years older. Riwayat is mentioned in the Musannaf of Ibn Abi Shayba that when Sayyidina Ja'far al-Tayyar returned from Habsha, Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam said, "Ma adri bi ayyihima ana afrahu bi qudumi Ja'farin aw bi fathi Khaybara." They raise objections upon you and me, and the question is, why do you express happiness? Why do you express joy? Why do you express gratitude to Allah Ta'ala? And always remember, gratitude and expressing gratitude, and happiness and joy and expressing happiness and joy, this is the ultimate objective of these gatherings. Through these maqasid and objectives, other objectives are achieved as well. They can hear the words of the Prophet ﷺ. Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam says, "I do not know what brings me more happiness and joy. I do not know what brings me more happiness and joy. Ana afrahu ism tafdil ka siga." Yani Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam says, he says, I don't know what brings me more happiness and joy, the arrival of Ja'far or the victory at Khaybar. And when we look at the tartib of the words, no doubt, Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam first mentions بِقُدُومِ جَعْفَرٍ, and then he mentions أَوْ بِفَتْحِ خَيْبَرَ. From this we understand that the arrival of Sayyidina Ja'far al-Tayyar from Habsha was something which was more beloved and something that brought great happiness and joy to the Prophet ﷺ than the victory and the great fath at Khaybar. Natija kya hai? Natija is this, that the Prophet ﷺ was happy at the arrival of Sayyidina Ja'far al-Tayyar due to his love for him. Tawajjuh hai na? Yaqeenan, I am extremely tired. Very tired. And this is the longest I have been made to sit in a gathering in nearly 4 years. Nakhrani, the na Norave. Nora Nakhra samjhne. No complaint, I am not complaining. Nor am I blowing my own trumpet. But this is the longest I have sat to wait to do my speech, certainly in this masjid, which you rightfully pointed out to me. Yaqeenan, I got home at 12 o'clock. Zahir Galla, when you have a British wife, she gives her own lecture when you get home. So we lecture the public, and then we have to listen to her lecture when we get home. By the time I got up for Fajr, and Fajr duty, alhamdulillah, has been my duty at Al-Hikam Institute for the last 3 years, without fail. And after Fajr, I have not been asleep. And alhamdulillah, Hazrat will be happy to know we started a new class today in Jamia Masjid Sultania, Brighfield.
MashaAllah.
And this class we call Deen for Teens.
Subhanallah. Very good.
Your English is now, mashallah, at a very good level. Deen for Teens. And with your du'as, and make dua, Allah gives istiqamah to these youngsters. Mashallah, we had 95 brothers and sisters who came for this class. For Yaqeenan, I am very tired. Then I went from Brighfield, Nelson, back to Bradford. And then from Bradford to Bolton. And then to sit here and wait for about an hour and 15 minutes. I am now on reserve fuel. Reserve fuel. So when I am on reserve fuel, I often am not responsible for what I say. And sometimes I end up eating my words. ठीक है ना? तवज्जो है ना? So if you're tired, put yourself in my shoes. For Yaqeenan, tomorrow I am in Ashton, and then I drive myself to Nottingham. Yes. This is the khidmat of the deen, which gives us the strength and ability to continue. कौन देता है देने को मुँह चाहिए, देने वाला है सच्चा हमारा नबी. Or yaqeen karo, I've told you this before, my father was a taxi driver. My father, Allah raises darajat in the akhirah. He was a taxi driver. My mother a housewife. But Allah chooses whom He wills to do His work. مَنْ يُرِدِ اللَّهُ بِهِ خَيْرًا يُفَقِّهُ فِي الدِّينِ. But Nabi Islam said these words, مَا أَدْرِ بِأَيِّهِمَا أنا أفرح بقدوم جعفر أو بفتح خيبر. Natija kya hai? Conclusion is what to this opening discussion? That the Prophet ﷺ was happy at the amad and arrival of Sayyidina Ja'far al-Tayyar due to his love for him. In the same way, when a sincere Muslim and muwahhid, out of love for Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, expresses happiness and joy upon the arrival and amad of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, then no doubt this is a means of attaining great fortune and blessing from Allah Almighty. Do you understand? That's why we are here, to express happiness, to express joy, to express gratitude. La in shakartum. That's why we are sat in the masjid, to do izhar shukr, And Imam Jalaluddin As-Suyuti rahimahullah ta'ala, who passed away in the year 911 AH, Hujjat of his Doro Zamana, Mujaddid of his Doro Zamana, they mention in the renowned work Al-Habid al-Fatawa, pages 221 and 222, فَيُسْتَحَبُّ لَنَا أَيْضًا إِظْهَارُ الشُّكْرِ بِمَوْلِدِهِ بِالْإِجْتِمَاعِ. Imam Suyuti said what? That on the occasion of the Mawlid of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, it is mustahab, desirable. Meaning, if you do it, you get reward. If you don't do it, you won't get punished. Ye mustahab amal hai. If you do it, you get reward. To express happiness and joy, this is wajib. But to have these type of gatherings, istilahan, this is mustahab. Remember, or islahi pegham, that what is more important are our fara'id. Unfortunately, as a Sunni community, we run towards the mustahabbat and we, illa masha'Allah, neglect our fara'id. We neglect our wajibat. And I have alim-e-deen on my right, ulama in front, and I'm sure somebody on my left as well will have the same level of understanding as well. These ulama will do my islah if I am wrong. Yes? And because I've been sat there for about an hour and 15 minutes, I'm warming myself up now. I might be on reserve fuel, but I'm warming myself up. Yes? Which is not good news for you guys. This isn't my asal mawzu. Ye tamheedi guftagu hai. Why are we here? We are here to express happiness and joy. Why are we here? We are here to express gratitude to Allah Almighty, Jalla wa Ala. And Imam Suyuti continued by saying that it is desirable to gather people to express gratitude. How? It'am ta'am, by feeding them. By feeding them and doing similar deeds, which no doubt display love, friendship and happiness. And I want to share with you a waqiyah. Shah Abdul Rahim Muhaddis Delhi Rahmatullahi Ta'ala alayhi. We hear this from our ulama karam. Who is Shah Abdul Rahim Muhaddis Delhi? Is that individual who passed away in the year 1174 AH. And he is the father of Shah Waliullah Muhaddis Delhi. The grandfather of Shah Abdul Aziz Muhaddis Delhi. And Sultan Alamgir, when he compiled his Fatawa Alamgiri, he gathered 500 of the greatest scholars of that time. And from amongst the 500 greatest scholars from Mashriq to Maghrib that he brought together, one of them 500 was Shah Abdul Rahim Muhaddis Subhanallah. And Rashid Ahmed Gangohi, who is no doubt from amongst the ulama Deoband, but Bakhtul La'een, he writes this waqia in his Fatawa Rashidiyya. If you're following the link, I can't keep going back and explaining to you. Tawajjuh hai na? We are here to express happiness and joy. Expressing happiness and joy is a hukam of the Quran. It is a sunnah from amongst the sunnah of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. It is something that the ulama ikram have said is desirable upon these occasions to celebrate the mawlud of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Going one step further, Shah Abdul Rahim Muhaddis Delhi Rahmatullahi Ta'ala alayhi, every year, and this is around 300 to 400 years ago, well before the time of Sayyidi Ala Hazrat Imam Adil Shahzad, Shah Abdul Rahim Muhaddis Delhi Rahmatullahi Ta'ala alayhi, every year, each year, he would serve food during the weeks and months of the Bahar of Rabi al-Awwal Shah. Shah Abdul Rahim Muhaddis Delhi Rahmatullahi Ta'ala. This is very important. Our elders will know this waqia. They will know the names of these individuals. But our youngsters, they don't know who these people are. The caliber, the greatness, the excellence of these great ulama, the khidmat and the services of these great ulama. Every year, he would celebrate the Mawlid by serving food to the people and then donating the reward by way of Isal to Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Like in one year, what happened? One year, he didn't have much funds. Therefore, he couldn't prepare much food. The only food that he could prepare were boiled chickpeas. In Pakistan, we said chole. I don't know. Chana. Chana? Chana. We said chole. So boiled chickpeas. And he thought that this was something small. But he's still with the intention to present the reward of his amal to the Prophet ﷺ, distributed the boiled chickpeas amongst the people. And when he distributed the boiled chickpeas amongst the people, that very same night he had a dream. Subhanallah. And in that dream he saw Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. He was blessed with the vision of the Wadduha Chera Wallayl Zulfa of Rasul Akram sallallahu ta'ala alayhi wasallam. And he says, I saw Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam in a dream standing before me, and in front of the Prophet Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam was a tray or a plate full of chickpeas. Subhanallah. So never consider what you are doing as to be something small. Sadly and unfortunately today we have fallen into this trap of making our gatherings a competition with one another.
Wow.
Who can spend the most money? Who can call the biggest Naat Khan? Whose gathering has the most numbers? Islam does not judge you and me by quantity. Islam judges you and me by quality. Quality over quantity. If it was a case of numbers over quality, then the Ashab, the Mujahideen at the Battle of Badr would not have been victorious. وَلَقَدْ نَصَرَكُمُ اللَّهُ بِبَدْرٍ وَأَنْتُمْ أَذِلَّةٌ. Lekin Allah granted them victory. Why? Though they were less in number, they had quality in iman. Yes. This is, we look at, why do you speak out against certain Isa? He has so many murids. I say Shaitan has a lot of followers as well. A lot of people go to the mandir as well. A lot of people go to the gurdwara as well. A lot of people go to the synagogue and the church as well. Since when has Islam measured you and me by numbers? Islam doesn't measure us by numbers, by quantity. Islam measures us by quality. Islam measures us by quality. Remember this. Even if you are alone on the plains of Karbala, even if you are alone upon the plains of Karbala, with you and your family like Imam Hussein was, and the Lashkar of Yazid 22,000 and various other numbers have been mentioned, are on the other side, and Imam Hussein and the Ahlul Bayt Yathar and his Rufaka are on the other side. No doubt Haqq and the truth was with Imam Hussein. Nabi ka Noor Ain Imam Hussein radiyallahu ta'ala anhu. It doesn't matter. This is why we find, unfortunately, Asal Mawzu. We find, unfortunately, Wajib bari garmi hai is saal vich. Main thalle do tre le live in. Aja budiya nahi si wear long johns as well. You don't understand, when I start speaking, I start sweating as well. 2-3 bayanat where I've been and I wear long johns, full puddle after I finish. Allahu Akbar. ठीक है?
वैसे भी हदीस में है उलमा को गर्मी होती है।
हाँ, इसलिए तशरीफात ही करने हैं। हाँ, असल मौजू क्या है? तवज्जो है ना? दुरूद शरीफ अल्लाहुम्मा सल्ली अला सय्यिदिना व नबीना व शफीना
मुहम्मद व अला आलिहि व अस्हाबि अजमईन।
But unfortunately, in the day and age that we live in, we find that people have diluted and watered down the correct aqidah of the Ahl Sunnati wal Jama'ah. Again, very khushqismati that Hazrat are mawjood and present. And if I am wrong, they will do islah. Not afterwards, right here, right now. I give them full ijazat and authority. Like we find this today. We find this today. Not just amongst the awam, but also sadly and unfortunately amongst certain ulama ikram as well. That such and such a person is fine. Such and such a person is fine. We know that the i'tiqad, their beliefs are batil, that they align themselves to a certain school, a certain firqa, a certain sect. But we will say, no, he is fine. Kyun naraz nahi karna? He is fine. Why? Because we've got family links with them. He is fine. Why? Because we are friends. And this is why we find, unfortunately, individuals who try to water down the correct understanding of Aqidah Ahli Sunnati wal Jama'ah. Our Aqidah does not go back 100 years or 150 years or 300 years to the lands of Najd. Our Aqidah does not go back to Deoband or Tehran. Our Aqidah does not go back to Qadian or wherever you may say. Our Aqidah musalsal goes back to the Pak Galia of Madinatul Munawwarah.
Subhanallah.
Aqidah Ahli Sunnati wal Jama'ah. And this is a huge concern. Chota mu bari baat. A huge concern which I have been raising for a number of years now. Where unfortunately people are compromising their a'mal because of their i'tiqad. Jumle par tawajjuh karo. They are compromising their a'mal because of their beliefs and i'tiqad. We are Ahli Sunnati wal Jama'ah. Yes? And this is something that we will do well to remember. We will do well to remember this. We are as-Sawad al-A'zam. We are the greater majority. And no doubt in majority lies authority. Inna ummati la tajtami'u ala dalalatin. فَإِذَا رَأَيْتُمُ اخْتِلَافًا فَعَلَيْكُمْ بِالسَّوَادِ الْأَعْزَمِ. Sayyidina Anas bin Malik radiyallahu ta'ala who is the Ravi. Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam said, my ummah, my nation will never gather upon any form of misguidance. They won't mention these narrations to you. Abu Dawud Sharif ki riwayat hai, Nasai Sharif ki riwayat hai. Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam said, Anas bin Malik, the ghulam of Rasulullah Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam is the Ravi. Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam said, my nation, my ummah will never gather upon any form of misguidance. فَإِذَا رَأَيْتُمُ اخْتِلَافًا. When you see some sort of difference amongst yourselves, what should you do? فَعَلَيْكُمْ بِالسَّوَادِ الْأَعْزَمِ. You should hold on to the greater majority. You should hold on to the greater. Khair ho hai, chehre parshan nazar aa rahe hain. Parshan nahi hona. I am zimmadar for everything that I am saying. And what I am saying is the nature of the ayat of the Quran which I did the tilawat of in the khutbah. Where Allah Tabarak wa Ta'ala says, وَلَا تَلْبِسُوا الْحَقَّ بِالْبَاطِلِ وَلَا تَكْتُمُوا الْحَقَّ وَأَنْتُمْ تَعْلَمُونَ. Ye Surah Al-Baqarah ki ayat hai. Surah number 2, verse number 42. Allah Tabarak wa Ta'ala says, do not mix. Do not talbisu. Do not mix haqq, truth, with falsehood. Do not mix haqq with truth, and truth with falsehood. Nor should you hide the truth when you know what it is. You shouldn't hide the truth. Ajkal log, ulama ikram, log kya? Ulama ikram. They're afraid that if we do bayan of a certain thing, hamari grift ho jasi, MI5 or MI6 or whatever it may be. I did a bayan, yaqinan, a couple of weeks ago in Oldbury. Most of you probably don't know where Oldbury is, near Birmingham. And mawzu was Aqidah Khatm Nabuwat. Masla Aqidah Khatm Nabuwat, which is Ainul Iman. And Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam is Khatamun Nabiyyin. Wazit Tor. Sina Kholi ta alhamdulillah did bayan. Afterwards I was told there was 5, 6, maybe 7 Qadianis in that gathering. Maulana Sahib Rane ke liye. Because there was 5, 6, 7 Qadianis in that gathering. I turned around and said to him, so what? So what? They are mukhbir, they are informers, they are individuals who are, English picture. They are wolves in sheep clothing. Wolves in sheep clothing. Don't compromise your aqidah because of people around you. Don't compromise your beliefs because of mar and daulat. Don't compromise your i'tiqad because of shuhrat and izzat. Remember, all of us will go into our grave, and when the question will be asked, Ma kunta taqulu fi hadha ar-rajul bi Muhammadin sallallahu alaihi wasallam, that what do you say about this man? And tell me, what answer will we give them? Ye riwayat hai na kitab al-janaiz mein, that the munafiqun and the kuffar, they will say, we just said what the people said. We just said what the people said. Ladri, we don't know. We just said what the people said. Don't become from amongst those individuals. Be firm in your aqidah. And if you are not understanding what I'm saying, let's go one step further again from another verse of the Quran. Mashhur Ma'ruf ayat, Surah number 17, verse number 82. Allah Almighty says, قُلْ جَاءَ الْحَقُّ وَزَهَقَ الْبَاطِلِ إِنَّ الْبَاطِلَ كَانَ زَهُوقًا. Say, Ya Rasulullah, that you have come with haqq. Haqq has come, truth has come, truth is established, and batil has been eradicated. Batil has vanished, and batil falsehood will remain vanished as well, forever. So tell me, if Flana is okay, Shia is okay, Deobandi is okay, Wahhabi is okay, they are okay, ye bhi theek, wo bhi theek, then tell me, what is the actual purpose of the Ahmad of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam? Meri baat samjhiye na? What was the purpose of his arrival? It wasn't just a case of eradicating shirk and purifying the Kaaba of 360 idols come of age. Rather, Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam came to establish haqq. And even before the time of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, there have always been two groups. There have always been two groups. From the time of Adam alayhi salam. And this will remain the case up until the time of Imam Mahdi alayhi salam. Let me give you a bit of an understanding, especially for our youngsters. Shaitan upon batil, Adam alayhi salam upon haqq. Nimrud upon batil, Ibrahim alayhi salam upon haqq. Pharaoh upon batil, Musa alayhi salam upon haqq. Abu Jahl, Abu Lahab, Umayyah bin Khalaf, Utbah, Shaybah, Mushrikeen Makkah upon batil. Tajdar Medina, Rasul Akram sallallahu alayhi wa sallam upon haqq. Yazid upon batil. Imam Ali Maqam, Nawasai Rasul, Nabi ka Noor Ain Imam Hussain upon haqq. Mu'tazila upon batil. Imam Ahmad bin Hanbal, defender of the Ahl Sunnati wal Jama'ah, जिनका विसाल इसी महीने में है, रबिउल आखिर में, Imam Ahmad bin Hanbal upon haqq. Mujaddid al-Faisani upon haqq. Akbar Ilahabadi upon batil. Akbar Ilahabadi, who wanted to make all the religions into one. Akbar Ilahabadi upon batil. Mujaddid al-Faisani, Sheikh Ahmad Faruqi al-Sarhandi rahmatullahi ta'ala alayhi upon haqq. Ibn Taymiyyah upon batil. Or Ibn Ata'illah al-Sakandari rahimahullah ta'ala upon haqq. Masla kya hai? People don't know the history. They don't study. And ulama, like I said, are very wishy-washy in what they do bayan of. Yani, haqq and batil is clear. Haqq and batil is clear. Ulama Deoband upon batil. And the defender of the Ahl Sunnati wal Jama'ah, Sayyidi Ala Hazrat Imam Ahl Sunnat, Mujaddid Deen wa Millat, Maulana Shah Ahmad Riza Khan alayhi rahmat wa ridwan upon Daladi qalb mein Azmat-e Mustafa Sayyidi Ala Hazrat pe Subhanallah. Qadian is upon batil. The clan of Qadian upon batil. And Tajdar Gurra Sharif, Subhanallah, Sayyid Nabi Sayyid Imam Adil Shahzad rahmatullahi ta'ala, Fatih Qadian upon haqq. Bolo na upon Are bolo na. Put this haqq in your hearts. Bolo na. Haqq. Haqq. Allahu Akbar. And like this, towards the end of time, Dajjal upon batil. And Imam Mahdi al-Islam upon haqq. Imam Mahdi al-Islam upon haqq. Are bolo Imam Mahdi al-Islam upon haqq. And where does this haqq come from? Asal maghz of the bayan. This haqq and this aqidah comes from the noble companions of Rasulullah. Yaqeenan. When you sit at the feet of the ulama ikram, when you read a few books, yes, and I say this openly, adna talib ilm. Adna talib ilm. There are young ulama in this country who study far more than I have. More books, bigger titles, many alqabat. Lekin it's not about how much knowledge you have. It's about what you do with that knowledge. And one thing we have, alhamdulillah, is we do not compromise upon our principles. No compromise. Zero tolerance. Yes, we do not compromise for anything or anyone, even if we stand alone. So many people are against me. Yaqeenan, if I was to tell you, oh Imam Sahib, tu sai Ahl Sunnat na theka chayega, kada naat khane ne khilaf bolne ho, kada jahil do number churlu murlu pire ne bolne ho. Tu sab ko theka chayega, main koi theka nahi. No theka upon Ahl Sunnati wal Jama'ah. Rather we are just servants and khadim of this deen. We are khadim of this deen. Subhanallah. Yaqeenan. The aqidah of the Sahaba Karam is the aqidah of the Ahl Sunnati wal Jama'ah. Subhanallah. This is why Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam ma'ana alayhi wa ashabi waqat thora. Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam said the sect which is going to go to Jannah, 73 sects, 72 firqe, Tirmizi Sharif ki riwayat, Sahih riwayat, Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam 73 sects. All of them will be in the fire of Jahannam except for one. Sahaba Ikram asked, Ya Rasulullah, which one? Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam said, Ma'ana alayhi wa ashabi. Ahl Sunnati wal Jama'ah. But ye yaad rakho, Imam Zainul Abidin said what? Min alamati Ahl Sunnati wal Jama'ah. This laqab and title which we have stopped using and others have now hijacked. And they are claiming to be Ahl Sunnah. They are claiming to be As-Sawad al-A'zam. ये हमारा कसूर है ना, that we don't openly say that we are Ahl Sunnati wal Jama'ah. And we get too much into the petty discussions. देखो ना, ये सब हमारे हैं. हुजूर गौस पाक हमारे हैं, हुजूर दाता हिजवेरी हमारे हैं, हुजूर ख्वाजा खान हमारे हैं, हुजूर मुजद्दिद अल-फैसानी हमारे हैं, शाह वलीउल्लाह मुहद्दिस देहलवी हमारे हैं, शाह अब्दुल हक मुहद्दिस देहलवी हमारे हैं, सैयद आला हजरत हमारे हैं, पीर सैयद मेहर अली शाह हमारे हैं, अल्लामा यूसुफ बिन इस्माइल नबहानी हमारे हैं, हजरत अता मोहम्मद बंजारी हमारे परदादा उस्ताद हमारे हैं, सब हमारे हैं, सब हमारे हैं. इस पर फख्र करो, नाज करो. There should be nothing that you should be worried about. There's nothing for you to be worried about. For people to say, no, no, ye bhi theek hai, ye bhi theek hai. No. There is no compromise upon this. Zero tolerance. Zero tolerance. Understand, our Aqidah is the same Aqidah as the noble companions of Rasulullah sallallahu ta'ala alayhi wa sallam. I end upon this discussion. That amongst our Nawjawan Tabaqa, we find that those who go to the schools and colleges and universities and those who have access to social media, so on and so forth, often a false i'tiraz, yani false claim is made against the true believers, the Ahl Sunnati wal Jama'ah, which is what? That you guys, you praise and honor the Prophet ﷺ too much. And this is what may lead to shirk. How many of you have heard this objection before? Don't be shy. A few of you, those of you who want to put your hands up. I'm not asking for a vote here, nor am I asking for chanda. How many of you have heard this itraz before? Acha. So how did you respond? You didn't respond. Man samata najaha. You didn't respond. How did you respond, my brother? No, the one next to you, you are exempt. The one next to you put his hand. Huh?
There's a few things.
Huh?
They say he's alive and he's not alive.
Okay. ये जो असल एतराज़ है वो that's another one. We can just sit here all night discussing the objections and एतराज़ात. Lekin this is one of the main ones, especially in this time of Rabiul Awwal Sharif. How did you respond? Quran says وَرَفَعْنَا لَكَ ذِكْرًا. No doubt in this. We have raised for you your remembrance. One cannot put a limit upon the praise and the remembrance of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. For indeed the one praising Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam has no limits. The one praising Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam has no boundaries, no perimeters. This is why when Jibreel came to the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, Atani Jibrilu alayhi salam, faqala inna rabbi wa rabbaka yakulu tadri kayfa rafa'tu dhikraka.
Oh, yes, sir.
Jibreel came and said to the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, do you know how Allah has raised for you your remembrance?
Subhanallah.
And then Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, Allahu wa rasuluhu a'lam. Rasul ka murad here Jibreel, that Allah and his messenger know best. Upon which Jibreel said that Allah says, إِذَا ذُكِبْتُ ذُكِبْتَ مَعِي.
Wow. Subhanallah.
Isme kuch shak nahi. That whenever Allah Almighty is mentioned, Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam is also mentioned as well. Be that in the adhan, be that in the iqama, be that in the khutbah al-jum'ah, be that the khutbah for nikah, be that in the salah. But asal mein kya hai? Quran, Sunnah, and ijma of the Sahaba, ijma of the A'imma, ijma of the Ummah. And just to answer this itraz from a different angle, yes, no doubt, وَرَفَعْنَا لَكَ ذِكْرًا. How did the Sahaba honor him? How did the Sahaba honor Rasulullah sallallahu ta'ala alayhi wa sallam? Yes, ईमान ताज़ा करने के लिए और अक़ीदा पुख्ता कर. और ये भी याद रखो तुच्छंगो, that every Sahabi is a Jannati. क्या बोलो नहीं, नाराज हो, Every Sahabi is every Sahabi is Huzur Mujaddid Al-Faisani Sheikh Ahmad Farooqi Sarhandi Rahmatullahi Ta'ala alayh, they write in their Maktubat Sharif that the greatest after the Sahaba, Khairut Tabi'een is Hazrat Khwaja Awais Qarni radiyallahu ta'ala. The greatest after the Sahaba, the generation. Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam said, Khairun Nasi Qarni, thumma alladhina yalunahum, thumma alladhina yalunahum. Bukhari Sharif ki riwayat. That the best of people are my generation, then the generation after them, then the generation after them. So the generation after the generation of the Sahaba is the generation of the Tabi'un, yani the followers. And Khairut Tabi'een is who? Hazrat Khwaja Awais Qarni radiyallahu ta'ala. Lekin, despite his maqam wa martaba, Huzur Mujaddid Al-Faisani Sheikh Ahmad Farooqi Sarhandi Rahmatullahi Ta'ala, they write in the Maktubat Sharif that Hazrat Khwaja Awais Qarni radiyallahu ta'ala, despite his maqam wa martaba, he cannot reach the level of the lowest rank Sahabi, who is Wahshi bin Harb. How many Sahaba Ikram were there? Apart from those at the front. How many Sahaba Ikram were there? When you might say, Imam Sahib, asad thak gaye, jaan choro, dua mango, to jao ka. How many Sahaba yaar? Ghalla karne Sahaba. Ashabi kan nujubi ayyihim iqtadaytum ihtadaytum. How many Sahaba come up pesh? Nobody. चलो वो पिछला एक नया सिस्टम में शुरू किया है. वैसे people give to us, now we give to you. The one who answers it correctly, no Google please. Yes? The one who answers it correctly, £10. Yaar, Sunni Awam, Sunni Masjid, not one of you knows how many Sahaba Ikram come up pesh. Either you are scared, you can't be scared, I'm offering you £10. Huh? Allahu Akbar walillahi alhamd. Come up pesh. There are 124,000 Sahaba Ikram. Young man, come here. Young man, come here. You are the youngest in here, I think. Come, quickly. You see how he comes? This is. You remember this, yes? Take with your right hand.
Subhanallah.
Now go back. Once it's out, it has to stay out. Bakhair. 124. How many? Unta bolon yaar. 1,24,000. Same number of prophets. Come on page, give or take. Yes? And that's how many were mawjood on the occasion of the farewell Hajj. Yes? And the ulama write, from all of the Sahaba Ikram, the lowest rank is who? Hazrat Wahshi bin, who accepted Islam on the occasion of Fateh Makkah. When Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam saw him, he saw Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. What did the Prophet Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam say to him? After today, don't come in front of me. Why? Because he was responsible for the martyrdom of who? Sayyidina Amir Hamza radiyallahu ta'ala. Yes? He saw the Wadduha Chera, Wallayl Zulfa of Rasul Akram Sallallahu. And he redeemed himself how? When he killed Musaylama al-Kadhdhab. That's another discussion for another day. Lekin, ulama ikram, right? Hazrat Khwaja Awais Qarni Khairut Tabi'een. Despite his maqam wa martaba, he does not reach the level, the rank, the status of Wahshi bin Harb. Because Sahabi is Sahabi. Sahabi is. And every Sahabi is a Jannati.
Subhanallah.
Yes. Upon this again there is no compromise. Again we find Sunni ulama, Bare Shamshir Ala Hazrat, Shaykh al-Islam, Flana Mufakkir Islam, Flana ye title, Flana wo title, but high level blunders. When they begin to criticize and look for faults, ma'adallah, in the Sahaba Ikram, in the Ahlul Bayt Athar, and khas for last 10, 15, 20 years, this issue and propaganda against Sayyidina Amir Muawiyah radiyallahu ta'ala. Katib Wahi, Mamu Jan of the Ummah of Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. That's Sayyidina Amir Muawiyah radiyallahu ta'ala anhu. Ibn Asakir mentions this riwayat in his Tarikh Damishq. The Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam was doing tawaf around the Kaaba Sharifa. Rabia Sayyidah Aisha, Ummul Mu'mineen. And on 3 occasions, Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam made dua that, oh Allah, make the fire of Jahannam haram upon Amir Muawiyah. Make the fire of Jahannam haram upon Amir Muawiyah. Make the fire of Jahannam haram upon Amir Muawiyah. You are asking whether there are any manaqib and fada'id, whether there are virtues and excellences regarding Sayyidina Amir Muawiyah radiyallahu ta'ala anhu. Is it not enough that Allah says in the Quran, radiyallahu anhum wa radu anhu, that Allah is pleased with them, they are pleased with Allah, Allah is pleased with the Sahaba, Rasulullah, Habibullah is pleased with the Sahaba. Al-Batta Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam said, Allah Almighty looked at all of the hearts in Azal, and He chose the hearts of the Sahaba to be the companions of Rasulullah Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. Dushmanan Islam at that time, Abu Sufyan said, Ma ra'aytu minan nasi ahadan yuhibbu ahadan ka hubbi ashabi Muhammadan sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Abu Sufyan at that point, when he was an enemy of Islam, he goes, I have not seen a group of individuals love a person more than the companions of Muhammad love Muhammadur Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi. Stay within your limits. Sahaba ikram ka maqam wa martaba bara'un bara'. This is why Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam said what? Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam said, Allah fi ashabi. Ittaqullah. Ye mahzoof hai na. Ittaqullah. Fear Allah. In regards to my companions. Fear the wrath of Allah in relation to my companions. La tattakhiduhum gharadan ba'di. And do not make them the target of your criticism. Do not make them the target of your insults after me. You read your salah, and you keep your fast, and you give your zakat, and you do your hajj every year. But remember this. If you criticize, insult, disrespect any one sahabi, or any one member of the Ahlul Bayt Athar, or Azwaj Mutahharat, those who have a nisbat and link to Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, then your salah is of no value and weight. Your siyam are of no value and weight. Your hajj and zakat are of no value and weight. What does Allah Almighty say in the Quran? وَمَنْ كَانَ فِي هَذِهِ أَعْمَى فَهُوَ فِي الْآخِرَةِ أَعْمَى. This is what leads to the blindness of the heart. And then you will be blind on the day of Qiyamah as well. And you will not even, أَنْتُمْ أَحْبَطَ أَعْمَالُكُمْ وَأَنْتُمْ لَا تَشْعُرُونَ. Who are you? What is your awqat? And today we have these keyboard warriors and Facebook vigilantes. Sitting behind their keyboards or behind their screen, doing tabsara upon the deen. What is your awqat? What is your value? What is your value? Allahu Akbar. Lekin is par hamari guftagu. How did the Sahaba love and honor Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam? Sahaba ikram were those individuals. They would kiss the blessed hands and feet of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. They would kiss the blessed hands and feet of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Sahaba ikram were those individuals that they would preserve the blessed hair of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. But or ishara, time calling, Sayyidina Khalid bin Walid, Battle of Yarmouk, Allahu Akbar. Sahaba ikram were those individuals that they would collect the blessed perspiration of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. But or ishara, Sayyidina Sulaym, the mother of Sayyidina Anas bin Malik, radiyallahu ta'ala anhuma. Sahaba ikram were those individuals that they drank the blessed blood and the blessed urine of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Place your fatwa shirk and bidat upon the Sahaba. How dare you put the ummah into this state of confusion and begin to put your Saudi funded fatwas. That's the way we should say it. Funded fatwas upon the ummah. When he sallallahu alaihi wasallam himself said, Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam said that I do not fear that my ummatis will commit shirk after me. Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam himself, Kitab al-Janaiz mein hai. He Qadiyan rahmatullahi ta'ala alayh do knock on the very same alfaz here. That they will say what? Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam said, Wallahi ma akhafu alaykum an tushriku ba'di. Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam himself said, وَمَا يَنْتِقُ عَنِ الْهَوَىٰ إِنْ هُوَ إِلَّا وَحْيٌ يُوحَىٰ. And then we put the ummah into this state of confusion. Al-Qadi Madinah himself said, by Allah, I do not fear that my ummatis will commit shirk after me. وَلَكِنِّي أَخَافُ عَلَيْكُمْ أَن تَنَافَسُوا فِيهَا. But I do fear that they will compete with one another in worldly things. And that's what we see today. that the ummah is distracted with itself. Me, myself and I phone. Why not we phone? I phone. So that we are worried about ourselves whilst they are busy raping our sisters in Syria. Whilst they are busy butchering our brothers in Palestine. Whilst they are busy putting 3 million Muslims in concentration camps in China. Over 120 days there's been a siege by the Indian army on Indian occupied Kashmir. Where is the ummah today? Where are the protests? Where are your marches in Westminster? Gosh, if only those very same people who went running to Westminster, they spent that morning in the masjid reading Salatul Fajr and Ad-Du'a Silahul Mu'min and making dua to Allah Almighty. Maybe that would have been more means of success to the situation in Kashmir, Indian occupied Kashmir, than you going and protesting at Westminster. Enough is enough. The time has come to change ourselves. Ye Quran ka faisla hai. Inna Allah la yughayyiru ma biqawmin hatta yughayyiru ma bi anfusihim. You are busy with yourself, a perfect selfie. Perfect selfie. How many likes do I have on Facebook? How many followers do I have on Snapchat? How many people follow me on Instagram? It's not about you. No one cares about you. Reality is what? Everything is about Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Gal sari sarkar ki hai. Gal sari sarkar ki. Aur ye bhi yaad rakho. We honor the Sahaba because of their nisbat to Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. And we honor Ahlul Bayt because of their nisbat towards Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Ajib ki sarkar. I don't know if it is in your knowledge, if it has been brought to your attention. Certain Nathwan,
I know.
who are going to Shia masajids, reading Rawafiz Kalam, Shiai Kalam, in their masajids, then coming and reading the very same Kalams on our platforms, whoever these individuals may be. And I'm not afraid. Shabazz Kamal Faridi, these individuals reading Aisa Kalam, where they make mansoob, that they say everyone relies upon Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, and ma'adallah, they give this understanding that Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam relies upon the mother of Imam Hassan and Imam Hussain. Understand? Khalq se awliya se Rasul, और रसूलों से आला हमारा नबी. ये हमारा कसूर है ना यार. ये हमारा कसूर है that we give these people the stage on the platform. We fuel them, we provide them with money, we pay for their travel expenses, their transport. And we see that our gatherings have all become materialistic now. Illa mashallah. That ruhaniyat and spirituality which we saw 10, 15, 20 years ago. Again, chota mubariba. We don't see that spirituality and ruhaniyat anymore. There used to be a time that people used to come into the gatherings with this intention to please Allah and His Rasul. And that very same night they would be blessed with the vision of the Wadduha Chehra of Rasulullah. Where are those people now? Where are those intentions now? Sahaba Ikram are those individuals that they would take and they would carry the blessed Na'alain Sharifain of Rasulullah. Sahibul Na'alain wal Miswak Sayyidina Abdullah ibn Mas'ud radiyallahu ta'ala anhu. Sahaba Ikram are those individuals that they were honored to rub the clothing of the Prophet ﷺ against their own clothing. They were those individuals, Pakane Ummah, that when they were at home with their families, all they would be thinking about was Rasulullah. Sahaba Ikram were those individuals that they cried for him, they smiled for him, they jumped for arrows, and they took arrows for him. Allahu Akbar. At the battle of Uhud, and the tide of the battle changed. Or is par mein apni gal sametna. And we need to inspire our youth with these waqiyat. Tell them these stories. Inspire our youngsters and motivate them. From amongst those that were the human shields of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, 12 Sahaba in total. How many? When the tide of the battle changed, when Khalid bin Walid, who had not yet become a Muslim, came from behind with his battalion, and they overpowered the archers that were placed in their position by Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam under the leadership of Sayyidina Abdullah bin Jubair radiyallahu ta'ala anhu. And then they went for the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. They went for the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. They began to throw spears and they began to fire their arrows. And 12 Sahaba Ikram stood like human shields. Whilst the spears were being thrown and arrows were being fired, those Sahaba Ikram, they took them spears and the arrows in their own bodies. And Sayyidina Talha bin Ubaidillah radiyallahu ta'ala anhu, who the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam referred to as Talhatul Khair. One day he walked into Masjid Nabi Sharif and Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam said to the Sahaba Ikram that, oh my Sahaba, if you wish to see a man of Jannat walking on this earth, look no further than Talha bin Ubaydullah. From amongst the Ashara Mubasharat. And on the day of the Battle of Uhud, he forged his legacy. These are the key words. He forged his legacy. What are we doing for our legacy? How are people going to remember us today? And when we leave the dunya, how are people going to remember us? Imam Ahmad bin Hanbal ka naam hai liya na. Imam Ahmad bin Hanbal was that individual that when he left this dunya, 1 million people came and read his Salatul Janazah. In the streets of Baghdad, us doro zamane mein, no social media, no Facebook, no internet, no planes, no trains, no cars, no buses. And why? How? His son says, Imam Zahabi mentioned this in Asir al-A'lam al-Nubala, that his son Abdullah mentions that my father, how did he forge his legacy? He says, my father memorized 1 million ahadith of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Mera Wijdan, for every hadith sharif that he memorized, Allah Almighty sent a person in return to read his Salatul Janazah. These were true men. Mard bano yaar, mard bano. Ajkal yaar, mard jinaniyan ne kam shuru kari. Ithu paya, ithu chaya. Gossiping, slandering, backbiting, ajeeb kism ka daur hai. That jis imam ne pichha sa namaz padhne hai, usi imam ne sa ghibat karne hai. Flana Maulvi is like this, Flana Peer is like this, Flana Imam is like this. You don't look at yourself. Apne man mein doobo. What is going on with you? You are busy pointing fingers at others. Don't you know that when you point one finger at somebody else, 3 fingers point back at you? We are too busy. Forget 73 sects within the Ummah. 73 sects just within the Ahl Sunnah now. No tolerance, no patience, no istiqamat. Ek dusre waste, this pain and this hamdardi kuch ka koi nahi yaar. When Allah says in the Quran, wa'tasimu bihablillahi jami'an wa la tafarraqu. واذكروا نعمة الله عليكم إن كنتم أعداء فألف بين قلوبكم. That he came to unite you. Now we are busy disuniting one another. We are busy criticizing one another. We are busy pulling each other down rather than supporting somebody who's doing the work. Oh, flana iya jaji, flana iya jahi, looking for his faults, looking for his aiba. Kyun yaar? He sallallahu alaihi wasallam came to unite us, and we are busy disuniting one another. He sallallahu alaihi wasallam came to mend broken hearts, and we are busy breaking one another's hearts. Father doesn't speak to son, son doesn't speak to mother and father. Ye hakiki waqiyat. Every day we have to listen to these stories. Us din matam hoye Rochdale mein, Imam sahab, son passed away. And his nephew told me, he goes, his father has not spoken to him for the last 10 years. And his son achanak passed away, that's it. That's which deen are we practicing? Which Nabi's milad are we observing and practicing? Talha bin Ubaydullah radiyallahu ta'ala anhu, on the occasion of the Battle of Uhud, he suffered over 80 injuries and wounds to his body. You want to be like the Sahaba? And they said, oh, did the Sahaba put a few lights up? Did the Sahaba put a few lights? Is this your itaraz? Your feeble itaraz? What the Sahaba did, you and me could never do. Sahaba were those individuals. Sayyidina Abu Ubaidah ibn al-Jarrah radiyallahu ta'ala anhu, again from the Ashra Mubashara, when his father disrespected the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam in his presence, without hesitation, Sayyidina Abu Ubaidah ibn al-Jarrah removed his father's head from his shoulders, took his father by the ear, and put the head of his father in the presence of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, Abu Ubaidah, what's wrong? What's happened? Ya Rasulullah, Ya Habibullah, he disrespected you in my presence. And today the Quran is being burnt and everyone stays quiet. Today they disrespect and dishonor the Sahaba, nobody speaks. They disrespect and dishonor the Khatm Nabuwat of Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, the Namus Risalat of Rasulullah Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. Islam aman ka dars deta hai. Islam aman ka dars hai. No doubt Islam gives the dars of aman, but also Islam gives the dars of ghairat as well. Al-haya'u shu'batun min al-iman. Where are the likes of Nuruddin Zangi, Tariq ibn Ziyad, Sultan Salahuddin al-Ayyubi, Shihabuddin Ghori? Our youngsters don't know who these people are. We are occupied with ourselves. Me, myself and I. Take yourself out of this bubble and work for the mission of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Work for the mission of Imam Hussain. Work for the mission of Huzur Ghaus Pak Shanshahi Baghdad. Enough is enough. enough is enough. If you have 3 sons, 2 sons, 1 son, put your sons upon the path of the deen. Make one of your sons a hafiz of the Quran. Make one of your sons an alim of the deen. If you have 2 daughters, 3 daughters, 3 daughters, 2 daughters, 1 daughter, choose one of your daughters to become an alima, hafiza, khatima of this deen. Enough is enough. Sayyidina Talha bin Ubaidillah, 80 injuries to his body. 4 of his fingers became shaheed on the day of the battle of Uhud. And he used to walk with a limp after that battle. Asad sirf ganna hi karne hai. Puri raat ji baithe rehsa, naata sunne rehsa, naare laane rehsa, langar khaite, the fajr was the parwai koni. When Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam clearly said what? The barakat for this ummah are in the time of Salatul Fajr. And why is it that the ummah is suffering today? One of the reasons we are suffering, one I have already mentioned if you've not been listening, is because of our disconnection and our disloyalty towards Rasulullah Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. But another reason why we are suffering is because we are not people of Fajr anymore. We'll wake up for work in the morning. We'll wake up to drop our sons and daughters off to school and college and university in the morning. But Fajr was the quick providing. Fajr was the quick providing. The ummah will only rise again when we become people of Fajr. Fajr not in your homes. Fajr in the masjid. Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, 2 prayers which are heavy upon the munafiqun, heavy upon the hypocrites, Salatul Fajr and Salatul Isha. We see at the time of Isha and Fajr, our attendances in the masajids are very, very. We've spent millions of pounds upon our masajids. But at the time of Fajr, we don't even have 1 row. Where is our investment? In our masajids, in our buildings, in Nathwan? Jahil, Anpar Nathwan? This is where Sunni Awam's money has been spent. But एक आम बात हो रही है, इस मस्जिद की बात नहीं. This is my last time here. You don't call me again. Acha relationship. I don't want to kind of burn the bridges. Like, these things have to be said. Whether it's recording, I am openly saying these things. These issues, these bamariya, these kamzoriya exist in our community, our Sunni Awam. You don't find these other issues there. Or in 10 years time, 15 years time, 20 years time, Maulana Mohsin's hairs are already going white. In 10, 15, 20 years time, Allah knows best. Qibla Mufti Sahib is still younger, alhamdulillah. I'm going out, although that's another masla. Old body tashiyos, inshallah. Lekin, 10, 15, 20 years time, who's going to stand on the musalla and lead our people in the Tarawih prayers? Who's going to sit on the manabir and educate our youth and take them away from the drugs and the alcohol and the alcohol and the pubs and the clubs and the shisha lounges and the crimes that they are committing? Was there somebody sent me a picture? Young 13-year-old, with a group of 15, 16 around him, carrying a machete. You know what a machete is? Not a knife, chaku, a big machete. These are our youth. 15-year-old youngster killed in Slough 2 months ago by another Muslim youth. Asa kis taraf ja rahe hain yaar? Enough is enough. Enough is enough. And then last part, akhri baat, mashallah, full control, alhamdulillah. Nahi pata si jaye, if I stop Imam Sahib, you can lie yourself. Akhri part, when the arrows were being fired and the spears were being thrown, Sayyidina Talha bin Ubaidillah radiyallahu ta'ala anhu fell unconscious for a few lamhat, for a few moments. When he regained his consciousness, he didn't ask about himself. He didn't ask about his family. He didn't ask about those around him. Sirf ek hi sawal, ma fa'ala Rasulullah. Tell me, how is Rasulullah? Now is the time to build that link, that connection, that ta'alluq, before it's too late. Qabr mein, Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam is going to help us. Hashr ke din par, Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam is going to help us. No doubt in this dunya, Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam is going to help us. So youngsters, रियाजत के यही दिन है, बुढ़ापे में कहाँ हिम्मत? रियाजत के यही दिन है, बुढ़ापे में कहाँ हिम्मत? जो कुछ करना है अभी कर लो, अभी नूरी जवान लो. वमा अलैना इल्ला